If you look back 18 months ago, are you surprised by what is going on in the world? Most people are. I'm not. Also, many people I know are not surprised by what's going on, and they know that it is likely to not get better, not return to normal, but it'll get worse. And these are the birth pains in the earth, the increased um, earthquakes, the records that exceed all the records, that have hit this year for heat and all the flooding. Yeah, we have these things every year, but they're worse this year. They're worse than normal, and they will be worse than normal next year. That's what I predict. Not because I am trying to predict things like from an almanac, but I'm looking at the Bible and just what Jesus said, that birth pains, before the end comes, there's birth pains, which increase in frequency and intensity over time. There will be times of reprieve. It just seems like the times of reprieve now are not over years, but there may be days. So we're getting closer to the end, and if your worldview is that of what your news station reports to you, then you're trusting them as an authority. I trust the Bible as my authority on what's going on. And guess who's been wrong guess who didn't know this was coming? People that watch the news. Who could have guessed that we would have all these problems with a virus, and with people being mandated to do things that they don't want to do. Christians know this. Not all Christians, unfortunately. Many Christians don't. But any Christian that studies the Bible should know this. It's why it is frustrating to talk to Christians about these things, and their eyes glaze over, and they go to church every Sunday, but they don't know anything about what's happening today and how Satan is the prince of the power of the air. He's in control of all of this for now, but Jesus is going to return. And when Jesus returns, I'm not going to be here going through all the trouble and tribulation. I'm not going to receive his wrath. I'll be gone before that. Why? Because I'm a born-again believer in Jesus Christ. I know this. I've experienced, God has shown me things, and he's been working in my imperfect life ever since I became a born-again believer in 2012. So if you don't believe in Jesus Christ, you are either going to die before the tribulation, or you will be here for the tribulation. And I say you'll die like if you're older, or you get in a car wreck, or you take the vaccine and it makes you sick and then you die, or you don't take the vaccine, you just get sick and die. Whatever reason it is you die, then you die. But if you live long enough, you will be here to experience the tribulation which is coming upon the earth. So this is nothing. This is nothing compared to what it's going to be like. So if you don't want to be here during that time, you need to look into talking to God, seeking God on what's going on, and finding out, asking God if Jesus really is the way to salvation, and he is the only way. If that's true and you believe it in your heart, you'll become born again. And if you do that before the tribulation starts, then you will escape all these things that are come on the earth for 7 years. But if you don't, you will go into the tribulation, and you will likely die during the tribulation. You can still get saved during the tribulation, but I'm not exactly sure how that works, because it will be a little bit different. There'll be new believers, because all the believers will be removed before the tribulation. And these are all things that take a long time to understand, and it comes from wisdom from above, not man's carnal knowledge that can figure these things out. And you have to look to God as the authority on what's going to happen and what's going on. So this is just a little quick message to people that are wondering why things are, when things are going to get back to normal. They're not going to get back to normal.